Hello, my name's Ryan or M&R Productions, and this is my room. It is where I make all of my YouTube videos. YouTube is my full-time job. It's a pretty incredible job, obviously, and so I wanted to do a room tour for you. My original idea for my next room tour after last year's was to do a house tour, but I can't buy a house. It is not that easy right now. It is completely screwed, so I wasn't planning on doing a room tour, but I've gotten a lot of requests to do one, so I figured I would do one, and this one is going to be a bit different because while we are going to cover the main room, we're also going to cover my brother's room, which is now like half mine, which is not good. The garage, third car garage, I have basically taken over and completely stuffed full. And I now have a storage unit that we're gonna check out in this video as well. So it's gonna be a really comprehensive overview of my entire collection and the way that I store everything. And I think it'll be really cool to hopefully look back in another year from now when I have it all put in the same place in a house and have it all spread out and displayed. But if you guys enjoyed the room tour video, hit that like button. Let me know what you think of this craziness in the comments section below. And let's get started behind me with this shelf. I said we'd start with that shelf. I lied. We're starting with the door. This is where I usually put a jersey for the background of my videos. And in this case, currently, I have my Mac Jones jersey that I just got. Anyway, we have the main shelf here, and I get a lot of questions about what shelves do you use. I technically have two different shelves. My parents originally bought me these like 10 years ago, and I remember this would always be in the living room of our house, but when we moved, they didn't have a use for this one anymore, so I got this one as well. They're different shelves if you can't tell. That being said, I have no idea what brand they are. I don't know where they came from. They are some type of wood painted black, and the best thing I can tell you is to Google ladder shelves. That is the style of shelf or category that it is, and that'll help you find something similar if this is what you were looking for. Anyway, top shelf, we got the Slave One, Stranger Things. I got this Theron mannequin in from Galaxy's Edge thanks to my buddy Michael. ATST, PV8, you know, stuff like that. I'm not going to go through every item this shelf. I will go through most items for, though, because this is like a personal shelf that I put together, a somewhat personal shelf. We have these Coke bottles that my parents got me. I only have like 6 of these, and I put one on display. It says share a Coke with M&R Productions. And then I also have my Sig Fig, which is still not for sale, but it is my minifig of me with M&R Productions on there and my face and everything. We have the We Want to File First Battle Pack brick, and obviously have to have the File First Battle Pack in the background that myself and obviously a lot of us played the main role in getting done. We also have a very nice Thrawn bust. I bought this on Entertainment Earth, and I love this thing. It is really sharp looking based off the Rebels Thrawn, and I thought it looks great for my display. And then a Patriots fake Super Bowl ring that I got for Christmas one year. Another big thing I have is my YouTube play button for 100,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm about to get a second one for M&R Vlogs, which is crazy. I actually have a vlog channel where I post weekly vlogs, and that channel has like 75,000 subscribers now, so it's definitely on its way to YouTube play button territory. Pretty exciting. Another notable item on this shelf is my 2007 Star Wars Celebration exclusive set, one of only 500 with Darth Vader, a couple Royal Guards, a couple Stormtroopers there. Had to get a sealed 2006 Slave One. It's one of the more sentimental sets to me. I got a Lego golf ball because I thought that was cool. Republic Bricks MTT, of course, on display. Bunch more Lego sets down here, including the entirety of my Brick Fair or Lego convention bag with a lot of Brick Fair and things on there. And then down below, we just have some Harry Potter sets and some Star Wars sets like the motorized AT-AT that I thought looked cool on display back here. Now you'll notice the table in the way. The table is something that I move a lot. It sits here most of the time because it's the most out of the way, allows me to walk cleanly into my bedroom. But when I want to review a Lego set, I move it up, and so I'll pull this chair out like so, and then we'll take the table straight on out and slightly over to the side. I basically line it up with this corner of the bed every time, and just like that, I would be ready to review a Lego set. And, you know, I'd pull some lights in, but we'll get to that. Anyway, on this shelf here, we have a lot of cool stuff. Some stuff from a fan of the channel named Mike. We have a 501st Trooper and a Darth Maul, very cool. I got into Black Series somewhat recently, and I started displaying those in the background. I kind of missed those ones over there. But even cooler to me is my first Lego set ever. Now, this is not the exact first Lego set ever, but this is a sealed one I bought recently to put on display. The Twin Pod Cloud Car. Bought that at KB Toys originally, way back in the day with my grandmother. We got some battle packs, and then another recent addition to the collection, a Kabaya Box store display item. Pretty crazy piece here to have, and I thought it looked so cool on display for its simplicity. And don't tell my parents who bought this for me, but I find the parking only part to be kind of cringe, so I kind of hid it behind the UCS Venator for Republic Bricks. But I drive a 2020 Ford Mustang EcoBoost, and so that's why they got that for me. I got the Lego Star Wars plaque down here, some exclusive rare sets, and then the Mario question block. I got a couple Lego Red Sox sets from Ed, another fan of the channel. So I've been really fortunate to get some gifts from some people that have added nicely to the displays here on the shelves. We have some more sealed sets that I've bought within the last year or two that I'll eventually open up, but for now look amazing on display. I think it's great to have these sorts of things back here. Down below, I got my original Venator from 2009, and then another very sentimental set to me, the 2004 Snowspeeder. Also, like, just one of the coolest box arts on a Lego Star Wars set ever. Behind there, we got the Harry Potter Great Hall and Build-A-Bob. I can't remember who gave me that, but a fan of the channel also sent me that one. So that one's been pretty cool to have back there on display. I get comments about it every once in a while, like, oh my god, is that Lego SpongeBob? I guess it's also worth noting that I keep my Saturn V tucked in between the shelves. I didn't know where else to put it, and it just kind of fit perfectly there, so I've just left it there for years now. I also have my light up here, which helps illuminate for a lot of videos, like kind of like a backlight for some of the reviews mostly. And then I have my Never Stop sign, just kind of something inspirational from the Lego Movie 2. One of my coolest pieces is up here on this corner shelf that my dad built, and it is my clone building event box. I just keep that up there where everyone can see it. I love that thing. We also have a lot of the Lego Star Wars plushes up there, the UCS Yoda, and some other sets. The Lego Forma set is here. Some people might not even know what that is, probably for the best. I have an empty Coke bottle from the 2004 World Series champion Boston Red Sox. Hopefully they can repeat in 2021. This is like a coffee mug. I don't drink coffee, so I ended up using this for like spare change and cash that I end up with. I don't use cash, so it's just kind of like whatever I have there. It's not that much. And then I have my iPhone SE, which is not a phone I really ever used. I bought it on Mercari for like $100. It's just my favorite iPhone design ever done, so I thought it would be really cool to have as a display piece essentially for $100. Like, it's no different than a Lego set to me in that sense, so I had to have that. It looks really cool for my display. I think, you know, it's kind of hidden over here, but it's nice. I've got my old Sig Vig back there of me inside the Wampa Cave behind the Tantive, and the Tantive, by the way, whoo-wee, what a hottie. This thing is massive, especially compared to the other Tantives. Love it. Got a Y-wing under there, UCS Y-wing, other Tantive. You can see the size difference there, right? Like, that thing's crazy big. More battle packs. The Eiffel Tower I thought was pretty cool to have on display, and I kind of got into candles, by the way, so I got quite a few candles now. I think they smell great. I especially love the fall ones, and, you know, it's fall now, so probably gonna go pick up some more soon. Got a Jyn Erso buildable figure, as well as a Chirrut Imwe that some people gave me, and then we also have a Commander Cody there. Gotta have that, and more miscellaneous stuff, including the Lego wooden minifigure. I remember going to the Lego store day one for that. I think I was the only person crazy enough to do that, supporting Lego's crazy stuff like that. And then we have some clone turbo tanks, of course. We got a poster back there, which I really want to hang up, but I can't really do that now. There's not really any poster space. Like, COD Ghost is taking up poster space, and I guess I could put it over there, but at this point I'm just waiting to move and put it in a frame and do all that. And then the AGT, which I recently bought a sealed one of, but for now I just have this old dirty used one, and it is dirty and dusty. It's been around since 08. It's been here. And for those that wonder what's underneath the shelves, we have some base plates that I store down here. We also have the Lego Clown set, and then we also have a Lego Space Shuttle that I really want to buy a sealed version of, but they're very hard to come by. I also have this box of miscellaneous Lego parts, and then there's a lot of other things and books underneath the other shelving units right now, but we'll leave that where it is. Over here I keep my tripods. So this tripod was the original tripod I used way back in like 2009 when I started making YouTube videos. It's kind of broken, but it's still serviceable, so I keep it around. I think when I move I'll throw it out. It's kind of a sentimental piece, but like, it's gotta go. I do still use it though somehow, which is pretty crazy. I also have this, which is like an air purifier or whatever, and I don't use it that much. It's supposed to reduce dust, but I just don't use it, so it sits there most of the time. While I don't obviously show them much for filming, my closets have become a pretty integral part of what I use my space for. I also got a little basketball hoop, basketballs down there that I shoot around on sometimes at 2 a.m. And then we also have in here my Cloud City set. We have some Christmas gifts for some people that I've stowed stowed away in some bags there. We got some non-sealed sets. We have the pod racing bucket sealed. That's just been sitting there for a long time. 2001 TIE Fighter. And then kind of my pride and joy right now of my collection is the substantial part of the 2005 wave of Lego Star Wars sets completely sealed. I think I'll be opening these in 2025 for the 20th anniversary of episode 3, but for now I have been collecting them and I'm still a few short, but I will get there eventually with all those 2005 sets. There's another one down there with the episode 3 collector's set. We have a little bit more Black Series hidden back here. We got a poster, which another thing I'll hang up eventually, and just more miscellaneous crap, honestly, that some of which needs to be thrown out for sure. We have some empty boxes above with things like the Republic dropship with ATOT, the UCS Imperial Shuttle, really cool. I love having my boxes, but it is something I definitely wish I was not so attached to. It's become a bit burdensome to keep them all, but I do. Most of these drawers just have my clothing, but this top one houses a lot of cool things, like some Big Lebowski minifigures and some instructions and San Diego Comic-Con stuff. I just kind of keep some random stuff up here for storage, and then below we just have more boxes and sealed things. Like this is sealed, that's sealed. These are all my figures. This is Kemba Walker, who's not on the Celtics anymore, so I probably need to get rid of that. You know, stuff like that. A lot of small boxes back there. Yeah, I wear these things. I try to keep them color organized, which has helped me a lot. It's not something I did when I was younger, but you know, as you get older, you try to get better with that sort of stuff, and I definitely think I have. I love keeping my clothing organized, so it's not the best done job, but it's generally proper, so I'm pretty happy with it. A lot of sports jerseys here, a lot of Brady jerseys I won't be wearing for a while, and then we also have a lot of Legos in here, and a very cool set back there for those that know what that is. But like, I just kind of keep crap in here, and it's gotten bad, but I mean, it works for me, so I guess that's something. It definitely needs to be gone through and cleaned up. I've done it a few times, but it's definitely overdue. I used to actually use this table for videos in this closet, but then I realized I could use this closet for storage and get another table out here, and it has worked so much better. That was like 3 or 4 years ago though. Now for my desk and gaming space, I have a gaming channel called M&R Games. I'll link it down below if you're interested in subscribing. I'll do a whole gaming setup video there, but I'll run through the quick things here. I got my computer here, which I really love. Michael helped a ton with me putting this together. Got my camera, my PS5 controller, which is what I use to play Warzone, which is basically the only game I play on there, and then my Wi-Fi signal thing that looks like a shark fin. We got a couple more of the Elgato key lights here, and those are the best lights I think you can buy for YouTube. They're $200 each, which means they're not particularly cheap, but I did buy cheap lights before. I ended up just throwing them away because they were so terrible when I eventually was able to afford these. So if you can afford the extra money on some lights, the Elgato key lights are some of the most incredible lights I have ever owned. Anyway, I do have a PS5, although I rarely use it. I also got this cool Fenway Park replica I got from my grandma, and it's got a ton of stuff in there that I just, you know, I use it for like basic memory card storage just so I don't lose that sort of stuff. But I got a dual monitor setup. This is a 1080p monitor that I've had for like 8 years or something, and this is the newer 1440p monitor that I finally bought that is really, really nice with 144 hertz for my Warzone gaming, and I just use black backgrounds on those because iFloaters, and if you know what those are, you know why, and if you don't, it's alright. Got my Stream Deck, my microphone, my other microphone back there. I did need to use the 2 microphone setup. I'd get more into that for the M&R Games, and then inside of my desk is a ton of papers and crap that I really should go through and organize. I own more hats than I could possibly ever wear. I maybe wear a hat once or twice a year. Like, I just don't wear hats very often, but I keep buying them, so they definitely pile up on my bed. Above that, we have this really cool image of Boston, the night that number 33 retired from the Celtics. So you can see on the Prudential building there, number 33 done with the lights in the rooms. It looks great. Also, the Sitco sign there for those that know what that is. And then we have some shelving above my heads, which I live in constant fear will fall on me in my sleep. I guess there's a better chance it would fall when I'm not in bed, given that I'm only there 8 of the 24 hours in a day. But nonetheless, I have some pretty cool sets up here, like First Order stuff. I really love the way that looks. I should probably get rid of that sailboat from there because it kind of takes away from how menacing that is. Then we have some original trilogy stuff up higher from 2013 and older, really. It's crazy how old some of that stuff up there is. Got an episode 9 poster, which some people have asked me to take down. My third Elgato key light is here. That one I just leave there when I'm not using it, and then when I'm using it, I'll pull it up for use with that table. We got some sealed file first battle packs in that corner, just a great spot to store them, with another black series. Over here I keep my minifigure turntable thing. I don't even know what this piece is, but I found it one day. It's got a wire between it and it allows me to turn things, so it's pretty neat. And we have this extra thing that I built to hold my phone at weird angles as well. And then the rest of this is all just minifigure storage. I have it mostly organized by year. It's definitely not perfect. Like, it definitely needs to be gone through again, and I still have a bulk of my collection just completely in a bin of random stuff. So there are a lot of things proper with this, but there's definitely a lot of things that need to be redone, and I haven't even labeled past 2019. I did this all a couple years ago, and I then lost the labels that I was using. So I think when I move, I'll do something a little bit different for this and actually display all my minifigs by year, just so that people can see them when they walk in a room or something. So that'll be something I'll revisit at some point, but definitely not anytime soon. And then we have this. I love this thing. I don't even know what it's called, but it has worked out really great for me. It's allowed me to store some things. I got a book here, Why the Best Are the Best, Star Wars lightsaber collection. It's like a coffee table book. Love the Sandcrawler, another sentimental set for me. Some Red Sox bobbleheads and other random miscellaneous stuff. Melatonin, actually really good. And then we have the 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson and the YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves, I think. So pretty good books that I've read some of, but definitely not all of them. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Up here is an area I didn't really clean for this YouTube video, but we have Vader's castle. Looks great. The Statue of Liberty and the UCS Imperial Shuttle. Some kind of Imperial stuff below that. Christmas 1997 Coke bottle as well. That's the year I was born. And then we have some of my rarer minifigures on display behind here. Not all of them are rare, but Cloud City Boba, Darth Revan, Chrome Vader, Chrome Stormtroopers as well back there. Below I have the bulk of my shoe collection, if you want to call it a shoe. I guess it's a shoe collection, right? There's like 10 pairs of shoes, and some of them I definitely bought as a collection piece. I bought these recently. These are what I wear basically every day, some Ultra Boosts from Adidas or whatever, and they are awesome. I have some LeBrons that I play basketball in, some just Adidas shoes for walking in that are comfortable, some knockoff, not knockoff, but you know, cheapo Nike Air Force Ones that were like 50 bucks, some slides. These ones are nice. These are the real Air Force Ones. These are very comfortable for my Celtics addiction. Love that. Got Boston Celtics on the inside. I don't know, just a really nice shoe there. And then I got a bunch of my Patriots shoes. I got the Patriots Air Force Ones, which I have both worn maybe once to Super Bowl parties. Really love those. I would love a better way to display those than the way they are sitting now. And then I actually have the Call of Duty Blackout shoe, which I've maybe also worn once. And then we have some more custom Celtics Kyrie's up here, Kyrie 3s, and then Kyrie 4s that they sold. Oh, and about a year and a half ago, I never wanted a speaker, but I ended up buying a HomePod for like relatively cheap on Mercari, and it's been a great addition to my room. It's given me the ability to listen to music pretty loudly, and I really like that. And then finally, for this room, we have a bunch of Black Series piled up over here. These have been sitting here for like 6 months. It's kind of bad. And then we have my pull-up bar, which I definitely use every day. We have a space shuttle, which I was also supposed to build 6 months ago, and the Technic Osprey, which I was supposed to build a year ago. Haven't gotten around to any of that. And then I have my Black Series Count Dooku lightsaber and my cheap $20 dark saber. So that is everything in this room, but this room is not everything. We have my brother's room up next. So my brother's a Cubs fan. He's only home once a week right now, so I have kind of taken over this space, and he's okay with it. So this is usually a lot cleaner. I kind of pulled this stuff out to work on a video the other day and haven't put it back yet, but essentially I've got a bunch of sets here, some of which need to be used for videos, and then they'll go back where they actually belong, so they're just kind of sitting here right now and waiting. Got the costume there, and then I basically had stored a bunch of stuff in here, sealed sets mostly, but a lot of empty boxes too at this point as I've opened some of this stuff. I also have some receipts there that are going to be used for tax write-offs. I keep a lot of my first order army in this particular bin, and then we have more minifigs and random things in different bins down here, and ton more receipts there for more tax write-offs and things that I've done in years past. Lego Movie 2 and Lego Harry Potter minifigures also stored in those bins down there, so that collection is kind of kept separate from everything else. But this is kind of this whole area with all my Indiana Jones sets and everything buried down there that'll be open next year. So pretty exciting to have this space just as extra storage, and you'll see why I'm using this when we get to the storage unit. For the next part of the tour, we have traveled to the third car garage in the house here, and this is where I keep way too much stuff. I remember a while back, a couple years ago when I first got into this space, it was empty, and I was very excited about using an empty space, and you know, very quickly it began to fill up. And I think I have made the most out of this space. About a year and a half ago, I went out to Home Depot and got these plastic like garage shelves, and they have helped me be able to organize this stuff a lot better, and I've expanded the table space in here quite a bit. So I've made really good use of the space. It just, unfortunately, I have way too much stuff. Or do I just not have enough space? Who's to say? But we'll start over here on the right. Some of this stuff you may have seen before, but we got some empty boxes. We got a Bionicle set, a few sealed First Order Star Destroyers, and a sealed UCS A-Wing just hanging out. Over here, we got a Monkey Kid set. We have my Call of Duty night vision goggles. Yes, they work. They're awesome. And then we have a classic. This is, when I get my house, this is a great piece to have in the living room. We've got a 2005 Lego Star Wars keychain thing, some more sets in there, some battle packs in there, and then a couple knockoff Lego sets down there. These 4 boxes I need to ship, so it's not really part of the tour. This is my giant M&M's Lego Star Wars Mosaic. We got some more Lego sets back there, some of which have been built, some of which have not. Now, the top of this table is a disgusting mess, to be quite frank. I had started to build a Hoth mock on it at some point. I've basically just thrown sets on it, and then I take little blankets and cloths or whatever to cover them up to help them remain dust-free, so that when I do eventually move and get glass display cases, they can be placed in them with no worry. So you can see I keep quite a bit of stuff on these tables covered up so that they are safe from dust. Even plastic does the job. But beneath there, I had a more organized way of doing it before I got too much stuff and just had to start piling on top. I had a more organized way of doing so with these gray boxes that I got from Target. They basically just fit a bunch of sets inside, all brand new basically out of the box. Some of those aren't, but most of these came brand new out of the box and went right into here after I did whatever content I did what I wanted with them. So that was really great and worked out really well for storing a bunch of stuff there. Now you'll notice this is 2 tables, so you can see the separation there, 2 tables. It was originally 1 in the middle, and then I was like, oh, let me pull that table off and I'll put a second table here when I brought those shelves in. So in here we have a bunch of Harry Potter sets as well as the Avengers Tower. Looks like some pieces are falling off. We'll just slide that back in. Got my Juggernog fridge, which unfortunately is no longer in my room. Used to keep some sodas in there. Sealed sets down here for future building and reviews. In here, this used to be much more functional, but basically just part storage at this point for stuff that I don't use, but it's there at least. I have some storage in this bag, I guess, but really the cooler storage, I think, is down in these shoe boxes where I've got tons of different parts. We've got some of the brick Lego, and then below that I believe this should be some plants. Yep, got some very nice tree branch pieces, and then I believe this is all just like instruction manuals in here, so I'm not going to bother with that box. But there's more Lego Star Wars Mosaic sets back there. You can see we got a sealed UC. This isn't the sealed one, this is the one that I opened, but it's got the break in the box yet, you know that one. We have this kind of dresser thing that I keep a set up in, some more parts that were organized like a decade ago and I don't really get into often. And then below here should be pick-a-brick stuff and random bags. So yeah, nothing crazy there. Up here, I believe this entire box is Black Series. This box is more Lego Star Wars sets, miscellaneous things that I'll eventually, if I haven't already, buy sealed versions of, because like it's so dusty it's not worth cleaning for me. I'll find something new and sell the old one at some point. This box is family pictures with a Republic Bricks Y-Wing on the top that Timmy broke when he was here. We got a sealed Star Destroyer, more sealed sets, not sealed. It's going to be a bit of a mixture of sealed and unsealed. Like we have a sealed UCS Falcon from 2007 right there. That is the pride and joy. I am just dying to get out of this space so that I can open something like that. And then over here we have the big 3 with the Death Star. You can see slightly poking out there. But the 2005 Death Star, we get the 2002 Star Destroyer and the 2019 Star Destroyer. They're all completely covered up so that they remain dust-free, obviously, so we won't be uncovering them. Behind here I used to keep this in my room, but a bunch of minifigs are kept in here. Above that is miscellaneous stuff with minifigs, and just there's so much stuff in here that I cannot wait for the day I get to go through. There's Commander Pimp Daddy for anyone that's in the know about that one, so that's a classic. But yeah, pretty cool stuff to have in here, and then random parts and instructions, I believe, in the bottom 2 bins. There's more of these gray bins from Target here that have more sets from, I believe, summer of 2020, so a lot of stuff there. And then over here we have the Batwing, which has not very well remained dust free. That thing needs to be cleaned. I thought I had it better covered. Below this is like the original bin that me and my brother used to always just put our extra Lego pieces in. So you can see a lot of old stuff in there. Maybe I'll do a video one day digging through that, but a lot of cool stuff in there. Just random extra parts that are pretty dirty and like just bad condition now. And then in this corner, I have some posters. I don't know, I'll do something with that poster. And mostly, again, empty boxes, some sealed sets. Just it's going to vary from set to set there as to what is what. And then I keep some more empty boxes up here, some of which need to be gone through and thrown out, honestly. Down here, I keep a bunch of base plates. I haven't bought a base plate in a long time, or at least a gray one, but you can see it's probably my original one because it's so old and nasty and yellowed, but the rest of them are a bit newer that can be used for builds and stuff. So I keep some base plates down there. We got some more storage boxes on the other side of the table here, some summer 2020 Star Wars sets, some micro fighters, some of which I need to buy new ones of, some of which I don't, more summer 2020 sets, and just a bunch of stuff for like Clone Army. I try to keep it as organized as possible, and there's more summer 2020 stuff, or stuff that I did in summer 2020, I guess. And then up here we have more instructions, so a lot of books and some more sealed sets that you might recognize I've gotten from over the years. Got my SpongeBob and Patrick basketball shoes. Love those. They are amazing looking. And then back up to the table, we have more sets under plastic bags and the bulk of the Clone Army that I have refused to tear down. I don't want to take it all off the base plates because at some point I'm going to want it again. So why take it off the base plates and put it in boxes when I can just keep them on the base plates, and then when I get more clones I can reorganize however I need to. But some of this stuff isn't going to need to be reorganized, so I just keep it here. I put this guy in bubble wrap to keep it safe, and yeah, just a ton more stuff on the table there, including some Rebel stuff down there. That's pretty cool, I think. But anyway, we have more sets in boxes. We'll get over to these shelves here in a moment. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 thing, that's only out there. It wasn't here. There's a whole explanation. Anyway, walking back over here to this cabinet section, we have, I believe this is my Star Destroyer box in here, and then above here we have a ton of sets. I guess I should go through these first. Just mostly sealed sets, some of which have been opened like this, but most of these that you're going to see here are sealed, yet to be opened, yet to be reviewed, and things I want to do on the channel at some point. So if we get this out of the way, you'll see there's a ton more sealed sets here. Like that gunship I got for steel, I don't plan on opening it, but yeah, I just have a sealed gunship from 2013, which I think is dope. I got my Juggernog fridge box, just miscellaneous stuff, more stuff I bought recently, Black Series, you know, just a mixture of stuff. Small box, Slave 1, gotta have that small box stuff, that's the good stuff. And then if we go up here, I store a ton of battle packs. I tried to organize my battle pack collection so that I can figure out what I still need for sealed and stuff for that. We got some Planet Series 4 there, never released in America. I got the whole set there. And then we just have more sets, some Halloween stuff, some Batman stuff. You'll see back here more Batman, the Batman cowl, so that's pretty cool. And then over here we have some more dope stuff with some TIE Fighters for that TIE Fighter stack later this year, and then some battle packs with that 20th anniversary battle packs. And then above that we have the Scarif Troopers. That's my box of 30 Scarif Troopers. I've just refused to open that. I have such an attachment to it, I can't make myself open it. So right now it just sits there. Some airsoft BBs, baseball stuff. That's not really part of the Lego part of the tour, I guess, but it's up there. Over here I have my entire Pirates of the Caribbean collection. So this is all like 14 sets or whatever it is. TIE Fighter collection, Star Destroyer, Venator, all sealed. This is open. This is sealed for Harry Potter. This Home One Mon Calamari sealed. Bugatti Chiron sealed. Some Helmet series sets and miscellaneous 18+ sets. Buildable character, you know, boxes with more stuff. This goes all the way down of boxes. Some of these are, the boxes behind there are sets. Some of them are sealed sets. Just depends, as with most things. And you can see more of the Harry Potter sets. The entirety of the Lego Star Wars mini line, I believe, is back there, all sealed. And then you can see a couple AT-AT sets right there. I can't really show you the pictures on the box. A lot of stuff in here. And then finally the shelving unit. So I got some boxes of things down there, one of which is a knockoff Lego Jedi Temple that I bought, and then Timmy's like, oh, I'm making one, so I kind of held off on that. That's where my Republic dropship with AT-OT goes, but I kind of have it in my room right now. We got all my dark gray 2x4s, bunch of first order turrets, some more battle pack builds, and then some Mos Eisley Cantina stuff. I have my Master Builder Series Mos Eisley Cantina in this box. Moving up, I keep more things under blankets here than you could imagine. Gunships galore. We got some more sealed sets over there. I think there's another gunship up here somewhere. UCS A-Wings up there. Some Helmet series sets, part of the Avatar fire ship there. The other part should be right here. And then Master Builder's Cloud City back there, along with the 2004 UCS Y-Wing. More sets here that I have allowed to get dusty, or that were already dusty, so I don't bother covering them. Also, Kylo Ren shuttle back there, so I don't want to get sealed. And then we have the treehouse, the T-Rex, the book, and just a lot of stuff. More sealed sets up here, some of which are like this, I believe, is from Mike. I think Ed sent me this, and then Brick Vibe sent me this. Some of the stuff is really cool that I got from friends that sent me as gifts, like just awesome stuff to have. Of course, the 2004 Snowspeeder Classic, but yeah, empty spot there needs to be filled with something, just empty boxes at the top line of all of that. Above this, I think it's all empty boxes. And then lastly up here, we have Apocalypseburg and Pirates of Barracuda Bay. Big empty space back there too I could probably fill. So I've made a lot of good storage use for this space, but definitely have outgrown it. Let's take a look at the storage unit. This is a pretty big unit. I actually don't make the best use of this space. I feel like I could get some shelves out here and have it much more filled in to the top. I definitely feel like that's something I should consider doing if I'm going to keep this any longer term than within the next year. But as you can see, there's just a ton of sealed sets. There are a few empty boxes in here, but it's mostly sealed sets. And there's some boxes of Black Series, and there's a couple boxes of Sideshow or Hot Toy, collectible figures. Got a considerable amount of battle packs, of course, in here from varying factions. We also have some sealed UCS sets in here. I believe my other UCS Falcon is out in here, although it's certainly probably buried at the back. It's just one of those anchor boxes that you throw at the bottom. But yeah, this is the storage unit, and it looks like it could use some work.